You can't expect that it will all be rosy and perfect for the lifetime. It's just that there will be bad things sometimes. Accept that and you will get through them. But you let it continue because you didn't want to have to embarrass yourself. The trouble is that when you let it go for some time and find that the person is still in your life, they are bound to find out eventually. My mummy's stomach is big now, and you look so beautiful. You little one phrase, you smile and rubbed his head lovingly. He is so excited to see his little sibling. Rowan is your everything. You were in your most sadistic situation when you got pregnant with Rowan, and this child reacts strongly to your moments before. All you know is when you touched your belly, whenever you were sad, the baby kicks back off response in some way. At the time, you felt like he was telling you, I'm here for you, mama. Your past experience was directly connected to your baby. Rowoon, when you were pregnant because you are his everything, and at that point in time, all he knew of the entire world is you. It's an incredibly special and honestly magical, but that connection also means that your baby can feel your negative emotions and he became sensitive whenever it comes to you. He acts more clinging and always wants to stick to you. It might be the cause of your past experience having sleep disturbance and misbehavior with tantrums. Then, expected pregnancy induces anxiety in your child with consequent behavioral changes. He simply didn't believe when his dad told that his mother got pregnant because your toddler needs your pregnancy to be a lot more obvious before he understands something is happening. At first, he seemed confused and you would give him a reassuring cuddle, but now he's more clingy around you. Ravon's such a mummy's boy. He loves mummy's sweet smile and voice that he found pliant. Jungkook walked with full plate slice of various fruits. Jones, there is children. You glared at him. You three come and have some fruits. Early morning. You didn't expect that your stomach will make some growling sound. It was simply embarrassing. Jungkook had supported your pregnancy hormone change and he looks little exhausted coming back and forth from work to home. He slept late at night and you wanted him to rest more. Maybe, how can you do this? Can't you protest later and let dad sleep properly for a while? In the past, you would definitely be able to control yourself and your stomach never make kind of sounds. But now, are you hungry? He sat with his sleepy tone. I'm not hungry, but the child is. You smiled embarrassedly. His lips curved up and revealed a faint smile when he heard that. Since the baby is hungry, let's go and eat something. Don't starve my child. His voice was low and plain to the ears. But before you could speak any further, he stood up and picked you up horizontally. Your hands reflexively wrapped around his neck and hit his shoulder. You can't do these sudden things to me. It's okay if you scare me. What if you scare the baby? Sorry. He pecked your forehead. Let's go. Now you have many comfortable clothes during pregnancy. You wore loose long gown, sitting at balcony at evening, drinking warm soup as you heard father and son bicker. I am a man, Jungkook said. Rowan wasn't convinced. That I am a man too. I almost forgot little fellow is man too, but you are still a child. Jungkook laughed. Dad looked down on me because I'm young. How could you? Rowan pouch. You are kind of bored as Jungkook command you, saying, I want you to stop working. I need you to only focus on my babies. Your fifth month of pregnancy, Jungkook didn't leave at all. He's taking care of you and going with you to do ultrasound and checks up and bringing anything you want. He changed a lot. Furthermore, during this period of time, Jungkook didn't ignore his son at all. He's being great father. You've grown and placed your hands on your tummy. What's wrong? Mummy, you okay? Both men stands up with surprise. Nothing. Baby is kicking. You started laughing. Really? How you feel it? He asked with curiosity. Little Bean is kicking, mummy. Both walked and Jungkook squatted down on his knee, placing his hands on her tummy. Rowoon do the same. Wow. Rowoon smiled. I feel it. Baby is moving. Rowoon's little hands tickling you as Jungkook leaned down to place his ear to your bulging tummy. Smiling then, he kissed it. You felt your heart beating crazily with excitement. Those babies making Jungkook forget his all work, shopping for a newbie. This one, he shake his head. Daddy, this. Jungkook again shake his head. You guys came to the shopping for upcoming member. Rovon is also helping to choose things for his soon-to-be sibling. After 2 hours, you guys walked out with some bags. You are so choosy, Mr. John. You said to your husband getting inside into the car, and it's not even my fault, Mrs. John. He settled you and Rovon then start engine. Everything is fine between you both. Your relationship, family, everything is just good. But it doesn't mean you both don't argue. There is no relationship who don't fight and argue with each other. Little silly argument that will be make public go, "Aw." But yeah, no drama, no trust issues. Unfortunately, we are human. After all, we can't guarantee about upcoming things, could we? Nah. Of course, impatience up until the fifth month when you can start to feel the baby move. Morning sickness and your pale face, stomach ache and mood swings. What is going on in there? Chonko couldn't understand much, but he is searching on the net and reading books for his personal knowledge, like what to do with his pregnant wife when you suddenly have a bad taste or anger issues. He could clearly see that you were changing, going through a lot of emotions, needing him sometimes and sometimes not. Suddenly moody. The things you do sometimes made him disbelieve. Sometimes you will be all, uh, and sometimes you will slap away his hands off of you. Anxiety, stomach eating, mind shattering, fear that he was going to screw this up, fear with his pregnant woman, and took care of his middle child, bringing Ravon from school to home. He thought it was easy to handle pregnant women like before, but the fact is, the more you started to care, the more worried you became that he would be a terrible father. Little mistake, and he feared that Ravon will ended up getting angry and stopped speaking to him. He was stressed over that how do he fulfill his responsible for the care of a small person. But when Rowoon was this cute and always boosting his confidence, that Jungkook felt it was the best feeling he have ever felt. There was a life in there growing inside of his partner's belly day by day. I love you, Dad. Rowoon softly sat and Jungkook is tearing up. Jungkook knew that he couldn't save this child since beginning from being hurt and all alone. Rowoon was hurt, bruised as a father of child. Jungkook can guarantee that Rowoon will not be heartbroken in the future. Rowoon will make mistakes and he will not make to tell his father about them. But Jungkook can only hope that he will feel like he can or that he will be able to talk to somebody who cares for him. He wants to be best buddy for his son. He has so many hopes and dreams and yet it's barely just beginning. This child is real and he was able to hold him. He expects everything as he feeling now to be just a pale shadow of the future. When he's running around, when his son smiles at him and said called him dad or shows him something he never knew about the word. When he saw you vomiting and not eating well, he felt very bad and he even cried because you were full bedridden and just survived with drinking milk and vomiting it immediately. He would pray to the God, please, please run days, months as fast as you can. Started recollecting all mistakes he have done and started asking God to forgive. Decided like see only positive and be friendly with everyone so that God will keep his wife healthy. Felt like do more good, see more good, listen more good. 7 months hospital, you came with Jungkook and Rowoon. You got out of the car and Jungkook held the little bean in his arms. Jenny was already there, waiting for you as you asked her to accompany you to talk something. Jenny's mouth twitched when she saw you came with husband and son. Sarang, it's not type of place that you could bring Rowoon any time. It's not healthy for a kid to come in. There would be many germs. Hearing her, you thought that it made sense and you looked back at them. Jungkook, you can stay with Ronnie outside. Jungkook's face became cold and stiff, but you strictly prohibited him. What was that? Do you want to bring your son inside the hospital and affected by germs? Then he will stay with driver in the car. He said unhappily. He didn't know how to express his emotions in that type of situation. You want Ronnie to stay in the car. What if he run around? Actually, the driver of Jones were trustworthy, but you just wanted to tease him. However, driver was standing a little behind. When he heard it, he immediately walked a little forward. Madam, I will take care of little master. You don't have to worry. Alright, I just want you guys to stay here for a while. You pinch Rowan's cheek. Baby, wait outside with your dad. Aunt Nini is with mummy. I will come out later, okay? Rowan nodded, but his dad don't, avoiding his gaze. You walked away with Jenny. Why is he following you like a child? You also don't know. He became extra clingy after marriage. If you didn't know that he's businessman, then you would think that he wanted to be a super milk tea man. However, he don't mind it at all. Even he wanted to be one, then he will definitely be able to raise you and your son. It's not like that you guys can't afford to raise the children, although comparing to him being president will not be enough, being normal worker. You will support your husband and raise two children together after coming out, settled. Why did she come to accompany you? I can do that too. He still held a grudge against your friend. You have a husband and child now. Don't be stingy. She didn't meet me for long. You are very busy with your family that you barely got time to meet Jenny. But occasionally you both still talk on phone. Aunt Nini is the best. My uncle will be Aunt Nini's boyfriend in the future. Aunt Nini doted on me the most. Whenever Ravon got little mad, he will find a trick to make his mother jealous by using his Aunt Nini. That might not be the case when Aunt Nini will have her own baby at that time. She will not love you as much as she will love her child. You joke, Mummy, you're trying to sow discord between me and Aunt Nini. He crossed his arms around his chest. Oh, you pinched his chubby cheek. The child I give birth to was teaming up with his Aunt Nini and giving his all attention to his aunt, and I'm not even allowed to be jealous of her and use some tricks. Ruwoon thought for a moment and took the initiative to hug your waist. Mummy is always my best, but Aunt Nini is my closest. I love both of you. You rubbed his head, but I will share everything but Mummy and little one. He kissed your big belly. Ruwoon sometimes acted spoiled and be so cute. My Ronnie is really good boy, I wonder. But suddenly someone lifted child up. Grabbing collar, Ravun was lifted by his dad, with one hand pulling away from you. Dad, Mummy, help. Stay away from my woman. Jungkook said with poker face. No, Mummy, Dad is bullying me. Jungkook is little jealous of this little guy, like you brought me here and I'm keeping your women for me. A bunny little identical version of himself stole his women. That was simply unexpected. You looked at them and pursed your lips. Go and find a girlfriend for yourself. Don't pester my woman in the future. No, mummy is mine. Ro won't protest. Chunguk prayed to have this son and now he stole his women. Chunguk was a devil and his seed must be a devil as well. You just had an enough of them. They continue to bigger and complains. What are you arguing with, child? Let him down. Yes, dad. Ravon looked proud and teased his dad. Mummy will be unhappy if you bully me. Jungkook smiled slightly. This man actually dared to threaten him. He actually had a urge to beat this little guy off you. No, no. Jungkook glanced at Ravon, although that face was asking for a beating, but it reminded him that he had got this little guy so hardly. Just endure it. He is a family man now. It's his own genes. Jungkook down his son and rubbed his head. This is my little bean, and of course I will take care of him. Why are you worrying about? If it was old version of him, then how could he say or do such a thing?